Who wants to be right as a rain? It's better when something is wrong. You get excitement in your bones and everything you do.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to episode 2 of Cook with Natasha Summar. I'm so happy to have you guys here today. We're going to be making chicken casserole. It was a very popular choice actually, and it's one of my favourites. It's the ultimate comfort food. It's super ideal actually because autumn is just around the corner. It's great for batch cooking, it's great for large groups, great for meal planning, and I'm going to show you everything you need to prepare it. This is a really simple recipe to make. So I'm going to be using a combination of 2 types of chicken. I'm going to be using some thighs and drumsticks with the skin on. I find that when you can cook with skin on and on the bone, it just adds a lot of flavour. It just makes everything that much more aromatic, and yeah, it just really does enrich the stock. So if you can cook with a combination, I would do. If not, you could always opt for chicken breast. I'm going to do a combination of both purely because Andrew prefers off the bone cuts of chicken as opposed to fatty kind of chicken, but again, I like a lot of flavour, so I like to cook it all together. But feel free to use whatever kind of meat you would like, but again, if you can do, it really will make the difference. You're also going to need some carrots. I have some organic carrots here that are absolutely beautiful, still on the stem. We're going to be peeling and chopping those. I have 3 onions, which actually have come from my father-in-law's garden, and he grows a lot of his own fruit and veg, and he always sends me stuff to try, so I'm really stoked to have these homegrown onions that we're going to be eating. I have also some mushrooms. You can add as much or as little as veg as you would like. It really is up to you. You could add sweet corn, you could add peas. I have some mushrooms here that I'm going to add. I also have a clove of garlic, a couple of bay leaves, a chicken stock pot. Everything's going to be in the description box down below, guys, so don't worry about that too much. I have some dry thyme here, some oil and some butter. I'm going to be using a combination of both to fry things off, and I also have some potatoes here as well. Now, you can either do one of 2 things. You can either make mash at the end and skip on the potatoes. It's completely up to you. Or if, like me, you don't really want the mash and you prefer just to dip in the sauce with bread, you can put the potatoes in and just cut them up small and let them sit in the stock, and it's just going to be delicious. But either way is totally fine, just whichever. And then the kind of star ingredient, a couple of packets of chicken casserole mix. You can either get the Coleman's one. I couldn't find that in my local Sainsbury's the other day, so I had to get Sainsbury's own, but I'm sure it's fine, and you can make this up yourself. But I kind of feel like make your life easy. You're going to be doing a lot anyways. And then the last thing, of course, you're going to need is salt and pepper. So all I'm going to do first, and this is the very first thing that you need to do, is get your big casserole. I'm going to use this cast iron one. What's ideal about this is you can use it on the hob and in the oven, so everything's in one pot, everything's cooking in the same oil, the same herbs and spices. Again, just more flavour, more cooking time, and it can go on the hob and in the oven. I will link this one down below. It's great. You guys should definitely get one if you don't have one. It's going to make your life a lot easier. The second thing I'm going to do is add the chicken into this butter and cook it and kind of caramelise it, let it take on a bit of colour, a bit of flavour, and I'm going to cook that for a few minutes again until it's developed a nice golden skin. Also going to add to the chicken a sprinkling of salt and pepper. We will season it again later, but again, this is just going to add a lot of flavour, and I love to do this method. Do not skip this section out, guys. It's really important, especially again if you're cooking with chicken on the bone, because it will take that little bit longer to cook. It smells incredible already, and what you're looking for is for the chicken to go a nice golden brown, nice and crispy, develop a nice kind of caramel colour, and that's going to pack in so much flavour. So just babysit it, you know, it's going to take a few minutes to take on the colour and the salt and pepper, but it'll be totally worth it. So the breast doesn't dry out. I've taken that out sooner. It's still pink, it's by no means done, but it's taken on a little bit of the fat and flavour of the chicken with skin, which is still sat bubbling away. This is going to take another couple more minutes, and then I'm going to transfer it out of here into the bowl with the chicken breast. And so the chicken is sat doing its thing, and I'm going to now chop my onions, and then I'm going to cook them in that exact same oil. So I'm going to remove the uncooked chicken from the casserole dish, place it in a separate bowl with the breast, and then I'm going to put this onion straight in. It's going to sizzle away, and it's going to take on all of that lovely juice from the chicken. It's going to be incredible, and again, it's really going to enhance the flavour. So So as you can see, the chicken has taken on a really lovely amber colour. It's by no means cooked properly yet, but you know, they're a lovely colour now. So I'm going to get them out of the butter and into the bowl with the breast. You will find that sometimes the skin will stick to the bottom. That's not a big deal, just leave it. Like, no matter how long you chop onions for, no matter how many years you've been doing it, I always still cry. But I know that there are tips out there to minimise that. So if you guys know any techniques to make you not cry a river when you're chopping onions, let me know. So these tears are definitely because of the onions, guys, and all I'm going to do is pop these straight into the casserole dish and start to cook them, soften them until they go a lovely bronzy brown colour and that they're completely softened. So I'm just going to add those. They're really pungent ones actually, which is great. So I'm going to add a lot of flavour. Just gently fry them until they are completely softened.
There it goes.
Okay, so now it's time to wash and peel and cut our carrots. I absolutely love these. They really remind me of the ones that like Bugs Bunny pulled from the ground. I just really like them. Again, these are organic, so lovely quality. And I'm going to actually do 4 carrots. But again, feel free to do as little or as many as you would like. And I'm going to chop them, and then once the onion is softened, I'm going to add them straight to the pan. My carrots have gone in. I'm now going to pop my mushrooms straight in and get those cooking as well. Okay, so all of the veg is pretty much cooked now, and I'm going to do my casserole mix. Now, you could do your own. Again, it's completely up to you. There is a lot of flavour going on in there already, so if you just added chicken stock to it, it would be absolutely fine with that and water. But I think that these add a certain something. So, prepare it according to your instructions, but now is the time to make your casserole mix. I have 2 because, as you can see, I'm doing quite a big portion here. I'm going to be putting a couple of portions in the freezer as well for future dates. But I'm literally going to mix this powder now in the water, and then before I pop this into the casserole dish, I'm going to pop the chicken back in along with a stock pot. And then pretty much all the hard work is done, guys. I'm literally going to dissolve all of this now, re-add my chicken to the bowl, and we're going to be ready for the next step.
You get excitement in your
Before we add the casserole mix that we've just made up to the bowl, we need to chop and pop in our potatoes, and because these are quite small potatoes, they'll cook in the oven just fine in the liquid. So I'm just going to chop them up into smaller sized chunks. But again, if you were skipping this step and having mash, go ahead now and add your chicken back into your casserole dish along with your thyme that we had earlier, another sprinkling of salt and pepper, and then completely cover it with your mixture that we've just diluted. And then you can pop it in the oven, and it's completely up to you guys how long you want to cook this for. Okay, so it's now time to add the chicken back into the bowl. You can arrange this pretty much however you would like. I'm just going to sit everything on the top and then give it a good stir and make sure that everything is nice and incorporated.
thing you lose a game. When night comes in, you're on your own. You can say I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as a rain? It's harder when you're on top. Cause when hard work don't pay up and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile of me. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out, and now I've had enough of love.
And the last step before it goes in the oven, I'm going to add a stock pot. You don't have to add this because there is a lot of flavours going on with the packet and also the caramelising of the chicken and everything, but because I'm doing such a big batch, I feel like it's not going to hurt it to have a bit of extra flavour. And then the final thing I'm going to do once this stock pot has been dissolved is put the bay leaves on the top, put the lid on and pop it in the oven and forget about it for a couple of hours. And I suggest you guys do the same. Again, let it cook low and slow. If not, put it on a higher heat and do it for like 40 minutes or something like that and have it straight away. But yeah, it's going to have a lot of flavour in there. The potatoes will soften, the chicken will be nice and juicy. Should be amazing.
Who wants to be right
to a soft simmer. I'm going to add my bay leaves. You can use fresh or dry, whatever you prefer. I'm going to pop my lid on and get this baby in the oven.
See, when artwork don't pay up and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile away. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had.
Okay, so it's been around 40 minutes now, and I like to give it a bit of a stir, move things around, make sure that the chicken that was on the bottom is now on the top and vice versa. So let's have a look at what we've got.
Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now I've had enough. Oh, go ahead and steal my heart to make me cry.
Make sure you're using your oven gloves, guys, because this gets pretty hot. Again, I'm just going to move things around a bit, wake stuff up, make sure that the potatoes that were on the top are now having a chance to sit in the stock and get nice and flavourful. But it smells incredible. Like, honestly guys, the chicken is literally falling apart as the spoon touches it, which is always a fantastic sign. So yeah, very happy with it. I'm going to put it in for an extra hour, and then I'm going to turn it down actually now to about 150, between 140 and 150, maybe like 145, which is quite low, but I can see from the chicken that it's completely cooked, so that'll just give it a chance to bubble away for like a little bit longer.
You say we never hurt as much as it did then when we were both right and no one had blame. But now I give up on this endless game. 'Cause who wants to be right as a win? It's better when something is wrong. I get excitement in my bones.
So it's actually been about an hour since we last spoke and last checked it. I checked it once in between, just gave it a little bit of a stir, again just woke things up a little bit, and now it is completely done. Again, you could leave this in for longer, leave it in for as long as you would like, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to get it out now and see what it looks like. And don't forget, I will put the Weight Watchers points and everything like that in the description box down below, guys. I haven't mentioned it today, but it will all be in the description box for you. So yeah, let's get eating.
And I'm on my own, you should know I chose to be alone. Who wants to be right as a rain? It's harder when you're on top. 'Cause when hard work don't pay up and I'm tired, there ain't no room in my bed as far as I'm concerned. So wipe that dirty smile away. Won't be making up, I've cried my heart out and now.
And that is the finished casserole, guys. It looks absolutely delicious. So all that's left to do now is to plate up, butter some bread and give it a try. So as I mentioned, we're going to be having ours with Coleman bread. I get this from Aldi. It's really thick, really delicious, a lovely loaf for you to dip in. It loves up all the stock. Feel free to use whatever bread you would like. I feel like tiger tail or baguettes would go really well with this bread, so feel free to do that to your liking, of course. I'm just going to butter some of that. I'm going to be using Le Pack Light to butter my bread.
Enough, oh, no room in my bed.
It smells so good, guys. For the record, what I do, and as you guys know I'm pointing, is I have one chicken drumstick, which is 2 points on Weight Watchers, and then I have the rest chicken breast. So actually, apart from the potato and the 1 point for the sachet, because when you divide it by 4, 2 packets, it's 1 point. This is such a low point value supper, and it's so filling. It's full of veggies, loads of things that are good for you. Again, it's perfect on a cold autumn and winter night. I'm so excited to eat this, guys. Oh, it's all plated up and there's nothing left to do now but dig in. Oh my god, the stock is so good. And literally, the chicken, it falls apart in your hands, guys. It is so delicious. I mean, I knew it would be. I've had this a million times before. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. So thank you guys so much for cooking along with me today. I hope you all enjoyed it and it's giving you something to think about when it comes to casseroles. Again, it is so delicious. The stock is so rich, and if you look, the chicken just absolutely just tears apart in your fingertips. It is so nice. So I really hope you decide to go on and try it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new to see weekly Cook with Natasha Summers from me. They go live every Friday at 5 PM GMT, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. After casserole, so heavy. I really hate this. I wish you could do it.
Give up everything.